Hey, hi, my name is Chris. Every day I'm doing a vlog for 1,000 days, guys, 1,000 days. So if you're not subscribed, a subscribe would be awesome. Every day I talk about something unique, every single day. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I'm in the countryside today. And I thought I'd show you a little bit of what England can be about. So there's that misconception where people think it's these high-rise flat cities and bustling sort of places where people meet in a metropolis. But there's the other side. We've got some beautiful beaches. We've got some beautiful countryside. And there are some amazing places around the UK. And if you haven't been here, I'm going to show you a little village, which I'm just walking up to now. It's lovely. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot in the news about the UK at the moment. I stay away from politics. Politics is something that I've got very little interest in. Everybody's got a view, and that's fine. And you can have your view, and more power to you. But I love talking about the place, the things, the local things that mean something to me, and sharing that with you lovely people. Because when I do that, I think we all learn something from each other. Because you post something in the comments, and that has a real impact on how I feel about a place. And just even today, somebody posted a comment saying, "Chris, visit this place for us, will you, and have a look at that." So that's something I intend to do, and that's quite good. Sorry, I've walked a lot already. So I'm getting a little bit unfit and out of breath, so I do apologise. So I'm in a village, and I thought I'd show you a little bit of what a village life can be like, as opposed to living in a massive city like London, Manchester, Liverpool, Edinburgh, Glasgow. This is slightly different. And I guess people living here have a different lifestyle too. They really do. And a lot of the villages and little towns, you know, the heart of any village, I think, is always a church. I say always, not always, but it can be a church. And it's just so quaint. And you don't feel the threat of anything. You don't feel the urgency to rush around, to be sort of hurried. And here there's a different pace. And I don't know whether it's just me, because I'm a city boy coming back into the countryside, but it's certainly feeling a different pace on how you react to a place. And that is lovely. And I certainly love looking at all the dwellings behind me. See how small they are, and some of the doors are really tiny. Because I gather hundreds of years ago, human beings were a lot smaller. They were a lot smaller. I mean, I'm a giant. I'm 6'6". That's too tall, isn't it? But having said that, I love being tall. I paint my own ceilings. I put my own light bulbs up, and I can look over high walls. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that last one. But here I am getting closer into the village. And it's not as cold today. And again, we're British, we talk about the weather. It's how we roll. But can you see this behind me? That's lovely, isn't it? Village life. That's what I'm talking about. There's always people sort of knocking around, but not as many as you'd think. And this could be any village in Devon. And Devon for me always gets it's always in the back of people's minds. Most people tend to think of Cornwall, really. Cornwall having fantastic beaches. It's really built for people who want to come here and have a holiday, look out to sea, go for a swim. And I'm going to flip this around so I can show you what this is like. So this is the church that I could look at, and look at that. Yeah, so it's very quiet here for a weekend. few cars. People are obviously at home. They've got the weekend off and enjoying themselves. But this is the church. And it's just such a pleasant place. Look at that. So if you're somewhere else around the world, or you're an expat and you think you're missing out on being at home at the moment, or you've not come to England before and you really want to experience it, this is lovely, isn't it? To see it, it's glorious. There's a pub there in the corner called the Ship Inn, and plenty of parking for people, I think. Look at this. Yeah. And you see the name of that lane? It's called Donkey Lane. I wonder why it's called that. And this is the pathway running up to the church. And I'll flip the camera around in a second, but I just wanted to give you a bird's eye view of what this place looks like. So welcome to Old England. Yeah. So let me flip that camera around. There we are. Yeah. Such an amazing place. And you'll see these in a lot of villages up and down the UK. Yeah, it's... oh, wow. Can you hear that? That must mean it's lunchtime. Or 1 o'clock. Actually, probably 1 o'clock. And yes, it's 1 p.m. Fascinating, isn't it? That kind of thing still happens. Amazing. And this looks like it's a little cut through to the other side of the village. So English life, British life, dog barking in the background. Yeah. I'll flip the camera and this is quite a good view to look at. Fascinating, isn't it? I can never get bored of the rolling green hills and in the distance there, and when you get a bit of blue sky, it's absolutely gorgeous. Really lovely to look at. And yeah, this place is called Ugborough in Devon. It's just a lovely, lovely spot. And I'm wondering if I can get through that gate just here. There's a gate just there. So I wonder if it can open. If it can, if it leads somewhere. Oh, it does open, but yeah, I think I won't bother going through that. So, as I've said, a church really can be at the centre of a small community like this. Guess lots of weddings and other things have happened here. Lots of christenings. We love all that, don't we? And this is typical English life. It really is. For me, this is what being British is all about, really. And the village life. Now, I've never really lived in a village community. In fact, the closest I've been to it is the place where I've just left. So I lived in an area called Saltram Meadow. I no longer live there now. And there was a community there, even though it was a newly built estate about 15 years ago, or probably 12 years ago actually. And I moved in obviously just after about 18 months, 2 years after they were building it. And yeah, there was a community start to grow there. People were connecting with each other. You see all the regular dog walkers, don't you? You see everybody, and you congregate and meet up and see all the regular ones, and they get to know you by name and you get to know them. But I've got to flip this camera around one last time and have a look at that. It is gorgeous, isn't it? And we do live in a beautiful country in spite of all of its current problems and things going on. They will always happen, the problems, but this will always be there. And it's gorgeous. And there's one last look at that church. Aren't we so lucky to live in such a beautiful place? It really is incredible. So I just wanted to give you a short insight into what is a beautiful place to come. So if you fancy a little visit here one day this year, I can highly recommend it. The countryside is so awesome here. Just over on that side, you've got the rolling sort of hills of the countryside. Now, a couple of years ago, I took that walk with my brother, who's not very well at the moment. He's poorly in hospital. He's called Tony. So I'll say a prayer for Tony, and hopefully he'll be okay. He's very, very, very ill. So yeah, I'm really concerned about that at the moment. But life has a way of just happening, doesn't it? But I thought I'd share that with you. Thank you so much for coming along for the journey. And I just thought I'd show you what typically is British about, you know, this part of the world that I'm in. And yeah, so look, every day I do a vlog. Every day I vlog something different. I thought I'd show you something different today and keep it fresh. So look after yourself, look after each other. And if you could subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And I'll be back again tomorrow with something completely different again. And with me, you never really know what you're going to get, do you? And thank you so much for coming along. It does mean the world to me. It really does. I'll leave you with this view behind me. And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye now.